Welcome back to Let's Have It Out. My guest tonight is the one and only Thabo Manyoni. We are talking about the support that local government should be giving to young entrepreneurs and youth development in general. We continue our conversation now to walk the talk and to make sure that all entities begin to do what we call business unusual. We need first political will.
Yes.
Not a political lip service.
Yes.
So that's what we are battling to get as we speak. We are going for elections, for instance. IEC does not have a youth commissioner. All commissioners are adults. IEC is not doing business with young people. We spend billions on elections, but who is benefiting from this business?
As I said earlier, young people must go out there. And I think this conversation and this dialogue is about that. You are starting at the right footing. How about inviting our president to say, President, what commitment are we making in this regard? And two, let's call those industrialists as private business, because there are many opportunities out there in the mining sector, in the steel industry, and so forth, and be able to say, we really are committed in building our country. And we as the young people, we have the zeal, we have the energy. Some of us have the skills and the know-how and the technology that is needed, only to be provided with opportunities. And I think we will be able to move far if we do that. So, yes, let's put pressure and put pressure on all the leaders who matter when it comes to this issue.
I agree. The nice part of the whole thing is also the issue of mentorship. Why is it that all our leaders, they are operating as a solo? I don't see them working closely with young people that they are grooming. At what point can we begin to speak the language of the importance of mentorship in all our institutions?
No, mentorship, I agree with, is quite important. And actually, it is skilling and it is empowering. And we need basically to say, even with our leadership programs and so forth, are we able to get results in terms of mentorship? How far have we gone to mentor these young people who are getting into some of these institutions? In some cases, we bring these young people into our institutions just to be mere clerks and push papers. And then we say, no, they've been mentored, they've gone through the processes. But at the end of the day, you can't prove. And I think we need to have a vigorous exercise in this regard and be able to issue out certificates that say, we have covered these areas. And as leaders, we have shared with them this type of experiences. And they themselves must be able to affirm and confirm those exercises.
It's true.
Yeah.
Now, the next point from this discussion, we will now move towards the issue of ensuring that these young people who went to university, we have over 500,000 graduates who are unemployed. Why should we invest so much in education and keep these young people at home afterwards?
Yeah, that is a good question to be answered by our leaders out there. But let me indicate another important element. In our country, we have made the university to be a panacea for all. And I think that's where we got it wrong. We should also, as the Minister of Basic Education indicated some time earlier, that we also need to make sure that we get people to be skilled in terms of technology, like your MTI Institute, where people can learn how to use their hands, how to come with innovative ways of solving problems and so forth. Not only to be academics in that sense. That's why some of us end up believing that we are organic intellectuals, even if we don't understand what the word means, simply because we think we are part of the universities, and that's where we will get a problem. I think Institute of Technology, your technology universities and so on, they also need to come in to play a role in terms of us empowering young people. Yes, it is important to have people to be academics and to be at universities, but I don't think that is sufficient enough.
Yes. I think there's a move from the Department of Higher Education and Training to begin to say to young people, begin to take TVET colleges serious, because we can't all have PhDs. We need artisans. We need technical experts in different fields. Now, the question with them, if university ones with your formal qualifications are sitting at home, they are saying they will be worse off with the TVET qualification, because we still have a society that does not even value TVET colleges. At what point can we change this mindset?
Yes. The problem there lies with our institutions and the way we view these institutions. In South Africa, we produce potential employees. All of them are expected to be employed somewhere. We don't produce entrepreneurs and employers from our institutions. That's why then you have this frustration. And I think it's high time that we create business people out of these institutions. People who will come and create jobs, not people who will wait to be employed. Because that's the situation that we are faced with at the moment. And really it is quite frustrating, because everybody is having a degree, a diploma. They are waiting to be employed somewhere. And at the same time, as you indicated earlier, we as government, we don't create opportunities for these people to come into the systems and be able to learn and be able also to employ others in the processes. I think this is quite important. It's what basically we need to be talking to when we talk with our leaders, to make sure that we address this issue of not only having people who are well-trained to be employees, when we know that the economy will not be able to accommodate all of them.
Now, the other challenge, I deal with young entrepreneurs on a daily basis. Their challenge is that we have institutions, for instance, like your IDC, your CIFA, and the like, who are not willing to fund them. Their businesses cannot grow because nobody wants to fund them. Now, on the municipal side, they can access contracts, smaller contracts, so that the businesses can grow. Here's a limitation. If it's a young woman, a municipal manager would want to have an affair with her first. If it's a young person who is a man, he's expected to pay some bribe. When, as a society, are we going to find a way to have a deliberate course that says, outside all this unethical conduct, we are going to deliberately empower these young people and grow their businesses?
You see, the day when we all say enough is enough with corruption in our system, and that's then the beginning of good things to come. Immediately when you know that by paying a bribe, by having some favors, sexual favors, you'll get away, you will be able to get what you want, and we carry on that way, then we all are doomed at the end of the day. But I think here it's a societal issue now, that I can make it, I don't need to have favors. Just give me what I deserve as a citizen of this country. I don't have to bribe you for that.
But now, currently, the status quo is that those who are bribing and having sexual favors are benefiting. Yeah. And precisely because there's no consequence management. They are still in offices, these municipal managers and all these people who are doing this.
In most cases, it's because we also are turning our eye away from this. We don't want to address these issues when we know that they are happening. We don't have whistleblowers who are really also willing to come out. But I think at the end of the day, these are the issues. As we come with this dialogue and these discussions, we will then be able to deal with these matters. Look how some of these manga churches have been exposed. People ultimately had to talk about these things, and they get to the public, and then they get addressed. The same thing with workplace exploitation, the manner that you describe it. Something that we have to deal with. It must be brought to the labor unions, it must be brought to the public, and then it will be dealt with.
And that's it for this edition of Let's Have It Out. Keep the conversation going on social media using the hashtag LHIO. I am Thapelo Kingsley Maleke. Thank you for watching and good night.